and welcome to my first attempt at commentary. My name is Barndor and/or Brandon. This is only my second video that I've made for iRacing. I've made plenty of channels and different things in the past, but this is my attempt at being a content creator sim racer. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I decided to throw on a little commentary onto this video compared to the last video, mainly because, number one, this was a win. My fourth win overall at iRacing, so pretty exciting there, but also because the nature of the race was actually fairly boring. So as you can see there, guy who qualified first, I qualified second, he spun out, and then the guy who qualified third happened to bang my door, overcorrected, and he crashed out for the race. We'll actually end up joining with him later in the race towards, I think, about lap 33. Funny enough, he came up behind me and actually ended up passing me because we discussed what was going on, and I was like, hell yeah, pass me. So basically, from here on out, I was watching my relative and figured, well, no one's close to me, so all I tried to do was keep my lap time up high enough to stay away from people. Tried to avoid crashes like what just about happened there for a decently lapped car, or a guy who probably was in last if I had to guess. But anyways, fairly boring race really after that start there, and then some of the kind of in-betweens, you know, catching up to lap people and trying to avoid them, but pretty much just rode it out from here, and stayed within the, you know, lap time margin or so. I don't remember exactly what I qualified with. I think it was 16:33 or 32 or 16 point, yeah, 32, something like that. And then I think the guy who qualified first was like just under 16.2 or 16.3s. I think he was like 16:29. So a little bit faster than myself, but not too much faster. But yeah, I decided why not throw a little commentary on this video since it was going to be probably pretty boring, and why not explain a little bit about my channel, maybe myself, why I'm putting up content, and let you guys be the judge. So anyways, like I said, my name is Brandon, or I go by Barndor. Long story on that nickname. I don't even know if I could exactly tell you what the entire origin of it is, but long story, it does come from BMX. I raced that when I was a kid, and then in my mid-teens. Still get on the bike every once in a while. Anymore, it's usually like my mountain bike and then me just on the bike path and, you know, going for a couple miles out and a couple miles in. Although I haven't really done that in a while, but the weather is getting better, so probably going to get the bike aired up here soon and start doing that. But yeah, I just got into sim racing, kind of. I bought a Logitech wheel, which is the wheel I currently use, just a few years ago, really. And I was playing Forza at the time, so not really a true sim. I did end up buying a set of Corsa as well because the Steam sale was somewhat around the time I think I bought the wheel. And so I just played a lot of lapping the Nürburgring with the BMWs. Definitely wasn't that good, but good enough, or what I thought was good enough. And honestly, I was just having fun with Forza. So my roommate at the time, he was playing it on his Xbox, and I started playing on my Xbox, and then I was like, hey, I remember when I was a kid and I wanted a racing wheel, and so why not buy a racing wheel? Because I'm an adult now and I have the money, and, you know, no one to tell me I can't buy it. So I ended up buying the Logitech and played it for a couple months, then kind of got bored of Forza, or just, you know, stopped putting time into it, which is generally how I go on games like that. And so the wheel was put up for, I don't know, 2 to 3 years. Like, I don't even remember the real dates on this at this point. And recently, during the winter, because I live in Illinois and there's absolutely nothing to do in the winter, I decided why not get it back out and try this iRacing thing, knowing that they usually have sales around this time of year, and so, why not, you know? Low investment, I had the wheel sitting around. I was actually kind of thinking about even selling it at this point as well, so I was like, why not spend another 50 bucks or whatever and do some iRacing? Maybe it'll work out, maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. To be honest, the biggest draw for me was I really wanted to race the 87s. I really loved that era in NASCAR. I'm only 27 at this point, so I wasn't around for that era, god damn it, can't speak, era, or really much of NASCAR's peak, right? Because I was born in 98, so that was, you know, only a couple years before Dale Earnhardt died, which is, I mean, arguably the peak. But anyways, I really wanted to race those cars, and so iRacing is one of the places to do that, although apparently Automobilista or whatever they pronounce that sim as, that one has some of those cars as well. So I might look into that eventually. I was watching some of GP Laps videos about that, and they seemed not more fun, but just maybe more easy on that game, or, you know, just another game to race that era of NASCAR, especially given the tracks that that game has that you could race those on, like Monaco or something like that, you know, something really crazy. But anyways, really wanted to race those, really wanted to race some oval. Decided this year to also kind of follow NASCAR a bit. I've been watching the last couple of races, and I don't really have a driver picked out that I'm currently kind of rooting for. Pretty much anybody with a Chevy is who I hope wins, and yeah, that's about it at this point. I'm somewhat of an underdog guy, but also I don't really have a driver that I care too much about. I mean, maybe William Byron, is that his name, right? Car 24. I was a Jeff Gordon fan growing up, so, you know, kind of like him, I guess. Or I enjoy seeing him in the front. And also, he's kind of got that Ricky Bobby scheme going on right now this year, so that's pretty cool as well. But yeah, I decided why not start doing some sim racing. And honestly, I've really enjoyed it. I could do a whole nother video about my opinion of iRacing and how I feel about it, but I'm going to be honest, overall, I'm actually really enjoying it. I understand the criticisms. I totally get it, especially now after about 3 months of time put into the game. I absolutely understand the criticisms. They're somewhat valid, but knowing those, I actually went into the game, or sim, whatever you want to call it, with a little bit more open mind and a little bit more of a, hey, I'm going to enjoy it for what it is, and understand that the criticisms are asking for things to be improved, or that, you know, some things could be better, or that this is just a gripe of the game. Now, I come from the Call of Duty world, or used to. I mean, I really have not played in, let's just say 5 years, to put it lightly. Like, given my age, I grew up during MW3, Black Ops 2. I played a lot of Black Ops 1, actually, even though that was way after the game was released. But, like, I come from the golden age of Call of Duty, so I think I'm probably never going to enjoy the game. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, I'm used to, when I was really into gaming, paying $70 a year and not always enjoying the experience. This is actually right where guy who started in 3rd or 4th was coming up on me, and I was talking to him. I'm like, hey, don't crash me. Like, I'm in 1st, you know? And he said, well, I didn't know if you were sandbagging or not, you know, meaning, like, am I going slower on purpose or what? And I was like, this is the lap time I'm running. He's like, okay, let me pass you. For sure. So I let him pass me, I think, on the next lap or so. But anyways, I come from the Call of Duty world. I'm used to spending so much money a year and being somewhat disappointed with the game, or, you know, every other year being disappointed, or certain features being disappointed. So I think trying to think about that coming into this sim racing thing, it's like you're never going to have everything you want. Each system is going to be different. You know, Assetto Corsa has its perks of what that game, even as old as it is, has. It has some old cars, it has some new cars, it has a lot of the really fun tracks to it, but you know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have oval racing. it doesn't have this NASCAR kind of experience, the short track experience, the thing that I am sort of used to in my day-to-day. Where I live, we have a short track, we have a dirt track. So, well, we don't have a short track, we have a dirt track, but vice versa. Like, what I know of this kind of track racing, besides drag racing, is more what you're seeing on screen now. So, I'm going into iRacing with an open mind, and I'm trying to just enjoy it for what it is. I have a little bit of an issue with the whole safety rating thing, but again, we could probably throw all of this in another video. So I decided make this a short commentary. This was a very simple race, mainly me just trying to keep up my lap time, not get passed, not get crashed, and I ended up coming away with a win. Like I said in the beginning, my 4th win overall. I've definitely focused a lot on just kind of getting my skills up and trying to learn racecraft with the equipment that I have and understanding the equipment and how best to set it up. So I haven't really played too aggressively. There's definitely some nights where I've played a little more aggressively, and honestly my I rating has suffered, or my race rating, whatever you want to call it, or my safety rating, my I rating, have probably suffered more on the nights that I've been more aggressive than the nights where I've been more kind of laxy-daisy and, you know, let the position come to me. But we're coming to the end here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and if you enjoyed what you see, leave me a comment, leave a like, and have a good day.